Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Early Retirement Planning Webinar, Episode 2, Life After Retirement, the Place of Financial Literacy and Investment Culture.
Life after retirement can be glorious, fun, happy and enjoyable, or a daylight nightmare. What make the difference are planning, knowledge, experience, and practical work, done long before the retirement date, or not done. Pick your poison.
Financial literacy is the possession of the set of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources.
This webinar would open your eyes on how to create money, protect your money, and grow your money in order to have a fun-filled, happy, healthy, and meaningful life in retirement, instead of the daylight nightmare that results from not learning, planning, and applying strategies for your retirement early enough to have a solid base for landing.
So, stay in touch as we expose you to the 7 steps to financial independence. Register below and be sure you attend.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Nigeria, and welcome to this edition of the Early Planning Retirement Webinar 2.0 on Life After Retirement, the place of financial literacy and investments, and the way forward. This webinar is brought to you by Townhall Communication Company Limited, a company set up to provide access to everyone for all the information they need, the power to know and learn and to speak up. We are grateful to receive the generous sponsorship of Graceworth Nigeria Limited in the production of our activities throughout this month of December. This webinar is coming to you as a corporate social responsibility from the stock of the Townhall Communication Company Limited. Let us, before we continue, take a message from our sponsors so that we will be able to move forward after that time.
Hello, everyone. We would like to introduce you to Graceworth Nigeria Limited. Graceworth Nigeria Limited is a Nigerian-owned and operated company using seasoned and accomplished professionals to execute complex security missions in conjunction with the host government to mitigate risk on behalf of our clients. Our team members have decades of experience in the security sector, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience that not all security companies are able to offer. The success of the company is based on our unrivaled ability to build and maintain successful partnerships with our customers to provide professional and reliable security services. We pride ourselves on providing highly trained personnel experienced in dealing with the most complex of security issues. Since our formation, we have gained a reputation as a highly experienced company with a young, energetic, and forward-thinking management team, offering the highest level of professionalism. We offer the following services. 1. Security awareness and training. 2. Program support and consultancy. 3. Risk assessment and investigations. 4. Executive protection and travel management. You can contact us on +234 807 227 2799 or 0702 525 4858, or visit our office at 14 Buchanan Crescent, off Amanucano Crescent, West 2, Abuja, Nigeria. We would be glad to have you. Graceworth, leave your worries with us.
Thank you very much, Graceworth Nigeria Limited, that have been generous enough to provide us with the data we need to run our businesses throughout this December. Let's begin today's webinar by introducing you a little bit to our company and how you can get hold of us. Our company is the Townhall Communication Company Limited. It is a communication company with training as the main basis. And you can get hold of us through our website, www.theafghantownhall.com. We also have another website that is also a page from the main website, which is the ebook club. And ebook club is a membership club that allows you to access 4 or 10 free books every month, depending on which level you joined. You can reach me personally by writing to fmeribe at theafricantownhall.com or fmeribe@gmail.com. Our phone and WhatsApp is +234 818 339 8461 if you are calling from outside Nigeria. Or if you are contacting us within Nigeria, it will be 0818 339 8461. Now, the book, Retire Early to Wealth and Fame, is a book I wrote about 2012 or so. Now, this book was written because of something that happened in my life. When I was working for the federal government of Nigeria, I took time to plan my exit from service. I had a set of dreams before me, the things I want to do for myself, especially the life I want to live when I retire. Being here today with you is one of them. I had designed long before now, more than 20 years before now, that I want to be a trainer. I want to be someone who goes around teaching people whatever they need to know about anything. And when I started out, I gave most of this training for free when I was practicing. And that I'm still giving them for free because that is the fun of my life. Now, I had planned that what will help me have fun is to become a trainer and be able to reach people and help them, to access different kinds of knowledge. So now, having planned about my retirement and then left service when I did and took up another job in an international organization and a corporation that kind of gave me the life that I have always dreamed of, the life to travel, the life to go places. That these are things I love, and I had planned how I will be able to do them. And then this job provided me with that opportunity. When I left one of the federal government of Nigeria, and then I went to this one, then I got exactly what it is that I was looking for. Now, during that same period, I saw my former colleagues, senior ones, those within the same level with me, who left the service either unprepared. Some of them left the service before their retirement age because of problem, one politics or the other. Others left after they have reached the retirement age. But then I saw their life coming down to pieces. And I wondered what is wrong. These men and women, they worked well. They served their fatherland. They put in 35 years of service or worked until they turned 60 years of age. And they are retired and they are in penury. And they are sick if they are very unfortunate, and they are dead if they are fortunate. Can you imagine where death is fortunate? But that's what I saw. And I felt good in myself that I did not share my plan with my friends, close associates. And till today I see what some of them who couldn't see the vision, even when I was able to share with them, walk through their 35 years of service or 60 years of age, and they come out and they have nothing. So, because some of them came, used the money they were supposed to, their pension and gratuity, and used it to start a business they never entered into before, and then they lost everything. And because that happened, and the state of these men and women, most of whom are close associates and friends, I felt that I have done something wrong by not sharing my plans and my knowledge and the thinking that I was thinking that made me take the step that I took. And this is also why I'm doing this webinar. This is why this is free, because I will feel guilty if one more person should enter into penury when it is avoidable. So now it led me to write this book, Retire Early to Wealth and Fame. And this is the basis for my expertise in retirement that I showcase and share with people freely. The book was printed several copies, but almost, I think half of what is printed have been given out for free. The ebook edition of it has gone out for free for more than 5,000 people all over the world. That is what has happened with this book. So this book is the basis of what we're going to share today. What is inside the book, the things you found inside it that can help you to plan your retirement is what is inside this book. So let's take care of some housekeeping items before we get into this thing. In 2021, we proposed to hold 2 early retirement planning workshops. One will be uh, uh, in April. Precisely, the plan is for April 10, 2021, and the second one will be November 6, 2021. Now, in these two workshops, we are going to take those who attended by hand, show them what we did, have them demonstrate it. And we also intend to bring in investment companies to share the options and opportunities that are available to them. And I'm going to bring those that I used, those that supported my plan to live, and those that helped me have a hang on my life right now the way I want it, so I can afford to come here and just simply talk to you and share this good news with you and help you. And so 2021 is packed by these two powerful workshops. These are going to be paid workshops, but throughout 2021, we will also continue to provide you early retirement planning webinars for free, to help you improve, especially if you attend this workshop and then join our groups. Then these webinars will be ways to reinforce whatever you are learning from us. But then if you take up our coaching programs or buy our books or join the Facebook group, then you will see that you will continue to receive support that will help you plan the kind of retirement that will give you exactly what it is you want in your retirement. So the next one is that we have a Facebook group. The name is Early Retirement Planning Questions and Answers. Remember, I love questions and answers. So everyone has a question, especially concerning retirement planning, and they need to plan it early. Some even used to ask, why should I plan my retirement early when I'm not yet even up to 5 years in service? That I have answered to those questions why you should do it. So if you come to this group, you will receive more additional support in your desire and in your plan to carry out a retirement that will prepare you according to that video we watched earlier that says, your retirement life, your life in retirement can be fun, peaceful, loving, wealthy, healthy, or a nightmare. It all depends on what you do. So we'll have answers that will help you to go through all of that in this group. Okay, now we want you to participate in and improve learning today. This is how you can participate. This is how you can, improve learning in this webinar today. Number one is ask questions on the chat bar, because your questions are going to improve everything we are doing. Let me tell you, this presentation will be about 30 to 40 minutes. The rest of the 20 to 30 minutes we'll spend on the webinar will be used in responding to your questions and also responding to the comments you make. So these questions are more important in improving learning today than anything else. These questions are the center, the core of what will help you. And I'm telling you this from my own activity, from what I did myself. I asked a lot of questions. At a point in my life in service, I asked myself, these people that are retired and this is what they're doing, what am I going to do when I retire? I mean, what will become of me? I asked this question, and I went several times to the finance department of our organization in Abuja National Headquarters, and like 4 times I'll go back there and say, hey, if I retire in this rank and position in service, how much money do I get when I go as my pension? How much do I get as my gratuity? And then the young guys, they will take time, they will work it out and say, sir, it will be this. There's a time I came back a second or even a third time. I met the man I met at the first time, and he said, sir, why don't you put in your paper and go anyway, instead of asking every time? But what I'm emphasizing by this is that questions are critical to your success in anything. I mean, I'm telling you this on good authority. I've read a book that says, question your way to success. And I'm writing my own version of that book of question your way to success. So this is so critical, because if you don't have questions, it will be difficult for you to improve. My people, where I come from, my culture, I'm an Igbo man. They said, an Igbo man, and the culture says, the person who asks questions do not get lost on the way. So the way to a happy, beautiful, healthy, and wealthy retirement life, one of the ways you can stay alive in it, one of the ways you can access it, is by asking questions. So any question at all. And let me tell this in advance. The question you didn't ask is the only thing that is bad. Every other question is okay. Even if that question you think insults me or it kind of reduces my this, and I tell you, it buffs me up because I live on questions. Everyone that knows me knows that I'll ask you 1,000 questions if you spend 1 hour with me. So I need questions. Ask these questions. Let them be as critical of what I'm doing as possible. Let them be anything. What you get from me will be help. The other way to participate is to make comments. When you've had me say a few things, you had the advert we made placed on the webinar before there, and the number of critical points we are raising in that place. If you have comments about those, either in agreement or disagreement, please bring them. That you disagree with my position is even a joy for me because it gives me the power to research. So don't feel anything. I mean, don't be nice to me by avoiding making a comment because you think it's critical. Let me tell you, the more critical your question, the better for me. This is the life of the man you're facing. And this is a life I chose by myself, by planning and deciding what I'll do when I'm no more working for pay. Okay. Now, the next one is that you should share this broadcast. You are joining us from somewhere, whether from Facebook or YouTube, because we are broadcasting simultaneously from two of my channels on Facebook. One of them is the African Townhall page on Facebook, and the other one is Dating and Marriage Question and Answers group on Facebook, and then the main place YouTube. So you can copy the link of wherever you are watching this and share it on WhatsApp with your friends and invite them to come and join. Invite them to come and join. And when we finish this today, this will be on YouTube, and you can on Facebook, and you can go there, download it, or set up a watch party and invite people to be. So share this broadcast on your social media handles and invite your friends. The other way is to invite your friends and family to join you in this particular webinar, or the future ones will do. And then love, and do all you can with this, comment on this seminar, both on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you see it. When you do this, you are going to be improving learning, because every comment you make, every question you ask will be analyzed by me. And if you can expand this to reach your friends and loved ones, you are helping me in my avocation to become an early retirement planning evangelist. That's what I want to spend my retirement life doing, telling other people about this. And that is why, because it's something out of love, that's why I can come and do it. We've done the first one this year. This is the second one. By next year, we're going to do exactly 4 of these webinars to provide you with additional information on different topics that can help your life in retirement to be sweet. So share the love. That's what it is. Share it right now. Okay. Like you have heard earlier, life in retirement, or life after retirement, you have retired from paid employment, can be glorious, it can be fun, it can be happy, it can be enjoyable, or it can be a nightmare in broad daylight. I mean, the sun is blazing, it's 12 midday or 2 p.m. like it is right now, and because of the kind of retirement life you have, you are in a nightmare. So both of them is a poison. You pick the one you choose, because each one of them are going to require that you do something about them. So it's a matter of deciding what you want. This one you can get by doing nothing. The nightmare, the fun, you get to do something. So each one of them is a poison, but you got to pick the one that suits you. So, and what makes the difference, on the kind of life you get in retirement, whether that life is going to be fun, glorious, happy, enjoyment, healthy and wealthy, or whether it's going to be a nightmare, whether at night or in broad daylight, what makes the difference is planning. That's why I'm spending my life, the rest of my life, however long or short it will be spent on talking, discussing, preaching about early retirement planning. That's what I'm going to spend my time doing. Early retirement planning. Now, planning is key to whether you're going to have a nightmare or you're going to have fun in retirement. Knowledge, especially of financial literacy. If we have levels of literacy, reading literacy, writing literacy, cultural literacy, and all of that. Then financial literacy. And what makes financial literacy so critical for your life is that it's not taught in schools. It's not taught in your churches. It's not, your formal education will never give you this. You get this financial literacy education from the informal sector, from workshops and seminars and webinars like this one we have. So first thing is planning. The next thing that's going to help you is what will make the difference is knowledge. That's financial literacy. The other one is experience. Even if you know everything about money, even if you know how to make all the money in the world and you never stepped out to begin to make money, you never got the experience, then you're not going to have results. So you have to be prepared for experience. And the experience costs money. That's why it stands out there, because it costs money to have experience. And you know, someone will ask, and you can ask that question. Is there anybody asking? Let me put this for, if anybody asking how experience can cost money, should or cost money. Yeah, I want you to leave a comment there. Hey, yes, how can experience cost money? Put it out as a question. I'll be glad to deal with that at some point, expand it. But for now, I'll just tell you that, you know, in the process of gaining experience on how to prepare your life in retirement, you're going to make mistakes. What will you do? You learn. You get the point? Now, experience, they say, is the best teacher, but we also know that the wiser people learn from what happened, experience of other. Well, it's still experience. So experience, you have to have, when it comes to money, when it comes to your life, you have to do something about it yourself, so that that thing will become a part of you, connected to your core. That's what makes it happy. Why I am so joyous to present early retirement planning is that this is something I decided that it will be my life. And I decided to, I started experiencing it when I was much younger than this. Okay. So, and the next one is practical work done long before your retirement date. That practical work involves application of financial literacy, those things you learned in finances, how to manage finance and how money works, you know, application of those work, the experience we are talking, the work, everything else you do to ensure that you have a way to have money coming to you in retirement without having to work for them afresh. And I'm talking all of this from a practical experience that I took after I asked my questions, found my way, and then started working. And I'm going to share with you from my experiences. Okay. Now, in the knowledge side, we say that financial literacy is critical. Here is what Wikipedia, that online encyclopedia, this is what it says about financial literacy. And it says that, I quote, financial literacy is the possession of the set of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. Before I go on in continuing the definition, let me tell you something you need to note very clearly. Make informed and effective decisions. And then the next one is all your financial resources. Sometimes we don't know all our financial resources. And then sometimes we don't know how to make the right kind of decisions that are effective, decisions that are from information. So, but when you have this set of skills and knowledge, then you can make those kind of things of financial literacy. Okay, so people with appropriate financial literacy training make better financial decisions and manage money better than those without such training. This is some close quote. This is something you can't overemphasize. Those who have learned how to handle money, they will make better financial decisions than anyone who had never learned, who never took time to possess the skills in financial literacy. So this is so important, and every one of us need to do something and talk about it. Okay. What is Wikipedia talking about? What are all your financial resources? So I want you to put this question down on your paper, and everyone just put in the chat bar, what do you see as all your financial resources? Everything ever you think are part of your financial resources, and what you understand by this angle, please put it down. I want you to see it on the chat bar so that it will lead and help us in the next level of discussions we'll have on this matter. So what are all your financial resources? I want answers on chat bar. Put them down there. If they are 1, if they are 10, if they are 20, put as much of them as you can while you're listening. Okay. And then what skills can allow you to make informed and effective decisions with all those your financial resources? What skills? What are those skills that you need that will help you make informed financial decisions. Effective decisions with your financial resources. Now, what are appropriate financial literacy? Remember, these are questions you need to go find answers for, and you can ask me in due course the answers to the questions. And if you take on those who take on our coaching programs, get all of these straight away from us, without additional charge. But the only thing I want you to respond to for me is, what are all your financial resources? Because some people don't even know, and the purpose of asking you to do this is to kind of make you begin to think, hey, what are my financial resources? What are the places I can make money? What are the things that I'm a civil servant? Yes. I'm working for pay somewhere. Yes. I'm a petty trader, or I'm a business guy. I get contract there on and on, and I provide this service and I make this money. Now, what is that? All your financial resources? Are there others? So let this make you begin to think, and I want you to think practically by writing down. There's one of the things that I teach, that is how to think. And my how to think teaching, training, I do not tell you to hold your hand on your chin and begin to wonder or create imaginations in your head. No, I ask you straight away, carry a pen, carry a book, and start writing. Ask yourself a question and write. So thought questions include, what are all my financial resources? So start putting that down on the chat bar. I'd like to see how many people are able to respond to that right now, so that we can use it to expand the learning we will use today. Okay, the need for financial literacy or knowledge, financial knowledge, financial literacy, you can call them other, cannot be overemphasized in this life. I mean, it's something that we must do something about deliberately and particularly. I mean, studying money, studying how money works and stuff like that. Because without knowledge of how money works, especially how money can work for you, you will spend your days chasing money but never catch it. Have you seen maybe your peers, maybe someone your friends, they have always been in pursuit of money. They are so great with the money resource activities that tends to make him money, but they never made it. These people have energy, these people have intention, but because they don't have knowledge of how money works, and especially how money should be working for you. Because if money is not working for you, then you're going to work for money till the day you die, which is not right. You need to work and then retire, have time to flex, move around, have fun, do the work that I'm doing now, which is joy. When you are giving something from love, that is no more work. Even if you make money from the process, you are no longer working because you're just having fun. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm sure you can hear that in the stress of my voice. I'm having fun being with you in this seminar. So, if you do not know how money can work for you, then you're going to keep chasing money. And the truth is that you will never catch money. The only way to get money is to show money how to do business for you on its own without you watching. Because if you are there all the time, the money will keep running. That is part of the things you learn in financial literacy. Okay. Now, our need for financial literacy will take us through the following stages, the following activities, the following pursuits. You want to get financial knowledge, here is some form of breakdown of the different steps of financial literacy. Each one each person should take steps to obtain. This is what I'm sharing with you now. Each person should take steps to obtain knowledge of money. They say in the scriptures, and many people will mount that quickly. The love of money is the reach of source of all evil, or the word, something like that. Let me tell you, the problem with money is if somebody has intention to steal them, to cheat other people through it. But if it is to have fun and telling money how to work for you, that is a beautiful thing to do. And the work is in the scriptures. Whatever religion you worship with, you see that work is a very official thing. And when you labor, they say the laborer is worthy of his wage. So You need knowledge of money, that wage you're going to get when you labor. You need knowledge of how it works and how you can maximize its benefits. And then you need to know how money works, and especially how money can work for you. You need to know how to save. Let me spend a few moments to discuss 10, 10, 10, 70 principle with you. Now, in my drive for financial literacy, what I learned from my coaches and teachers and from the books that I bought and read was that you should do 10, 10, 80. You know, when you get your pay or your profit, you give 10% of your salary or your profit to the source of your spiritual power. For people in the churches, they call it tithe. Paying tithe is not wrong. The only thing I may worry or cancel people about is know who you are paying it to. Be sure it's not a rogue who set up a church and then want to collect the tithe. But paying that tithe is a good thing to do, so long as it is going to a cause that expands the knowledge of God and also helps humanity through humanitarian work. That is a good thing to do. Tithing is not a bad thing. Many people have said that it is bad. It is not. What is bad is who you are paying it to. If you are paying it to a rogue priest, that's your own. That's where you have a problem. You're giving it to a rogue imam, that's where you have a problem. But if you are providing this where it is going to cost, to expand the cost of knowledge and of the gospel of God and Jesus Christ, and improve religious knowledge and social welfare, spiritual and social welfare of people, that is a beautiful thing to do. Okay. Then the other thing I learned is that then you, before you spend any other money, you pay yourself 10%, but don't spend it, you save it for the rainy day. And then you can spend the 80%. That's what I learned from my teachers. Now, one day I was teaching my son this same principle, the one I learned from my teachers. And he said, Dad, why don't we make it 10, 10, 10, 70 instead of 10, 10, 80? And I say, hey, young man, I don't think I understand that. Can you help me with it? He said, yes, let's go this way, sir. 10% to your source of spiritual power, 10% to your save, you save it for the rainy day. And then another 10% for your save, you save it for investment. And then you spend the rest of the 70% through the period. And that got me thinking. And then we talked about it more and expanded that. And here is what I learned from that young man, and also additional knowledge I gained since. If you have a fund, no matter how minute, how small, that you keep aside over several years for investment, it may never mature for be reasonable for any investment in 5 years. But in 10 years' time, dear brother, sister, you might discover that this money, this ordinary 10%, maybe your salary is 100,000 and the 10% is not much money and you're worried about that, that amount would have multiplied into millions of naira that you can use effectively to build a house, buy a new car if that's what you need, invest in a new business, that opportunity that just came. Most of the time, business opportunities come to us and pass because we have no money to invest in them. This additional 10% will help you to have that. And people, including me, have been worried, how can you save on a poor salary? And for several years, I struggled on how to save, and it was difficult for me because the money, as our lecturers will say in the university, the take-home pay cannot take them home. And they are saying the truth. The salary cannot take you home. But what I learned, I can share quickly here, but we will develop more into what the different things that I did to be able to start saving, which you can do in the workshop when we set it up, is that savings is not done by money. Savings is done by discipline. You do not save with money, you save with discipline. And I'm sure this is difficult for many people, but when you attend any of our workshops, you will find practical examples of people that will show what they did. For me to be able to begin to save after many trials, I opened almost 10 different bank accounts. I close it up by eating up all the money because I can't really keep them. Until then, I learned about bank orders. That's what I now use to be able to reserve money, and I, save them in the name of my children for the education. Gave it a term of 6 years when they will start going into university those days, and And that's how we're able to have all the money that we need for them to be able to get into university easily, because we began to put that money aside many years. We say 6 years, but by the time I left my government employment and moved to a bigger employment and then increased the amount of that amount, then in a stretch of, I think it now took 11 years in this place, 11 years, some months in this place, and then 6 years of that savings plus 11 years. So I think I total of about 17 years of savings was actually a huge amount of money that enabled us to send our children to the best schools they wanted. So you can do this. Now, and the next thing is about financial literacy is how to invest, that is making money to work for you. And we have many strategies and many of the best places where you can really put your money and make it to work for you. Okay. We need to know that financial literacy is not obtained by the roadside. And what I mean by that is that the road to financial literacy takes study, knowledge. You need to get knowledge. You need to invest in yourself. Many of us left university 20 years ago, 10 years ago. We've not finished a book since that time. We are busy, trying to enjoy life. That's not the when you will need the enjoyment of life is in retirement. Now it's time for working. You can have fun now, that's okay, but that's not the center. The center of your life now will be self-improvement. And you need to keep improving yourself every single day till the day of your retirement. That's when you can retire and have the kind of voice of confidence that I have. If not, when you retire, you're going to hide because things are going to be difficult for you. You will not be able to find your way. So invest in yourself. This is something I did. I'm not doing this from my library today. If I were doing this from my library, you will see that my library is a whole room, a 12 by 10 room filled up with books from ground to the top. I mean, books that I have read. And then I have audios, videos, ebooks. There's no time I have less than 1,500 ebooks in my system. No time. It's always better than that. In fact, I have an ebook club which came out of my reading of ebooks, where I am promising people to get up to 100 books in a year. You get 10 books each month if you are a premium member of the ebook club, or you get like 4 books each month if you are a gold member. So that is because I was investing in myself and I saw an opportunity for investment there, and then I set up the ebook club. So you got to invest in yourself. Then the next thing is that coaching. You need coaching. Nobody can do this alone. If I hired coaches and paid them and say, hey, give them this amount of money every month, so they stay with me, hold my hand, take me through what I did in my retirement planning and even in my life planning. Yes, this is real. So because you need to take action, when you gain knowledge and you don't apply by action, you're not going to get much done. On ourselves, most of the time, we are not able to take the actions we need to get what we want in life. So coaches help you to do that. And by the end of this presentation today, I will share with you how you can access our coaching program like for nothing. There's a process to obtain our coaching program for nothing. And I'll share that by the time we get to the close of this presentation. And then the next thing is experience. You got to make your mistakes. Oh man, if you have not made mistakes with money, you cannot be very wise with money. You will know how to handle money without mistake with money. So don't be afraid to make mistake with your money, because that becomes your experience. That becomes your experience. You have to keep investing and trying. And if you do only one investment and run, then you're going to stay poor. There are just no two ways. Ask any man who is wealthy. And then if you meet a man who is wealthy right now, who is comfortable and happy, you are meeting a man who has failed in close to 10 or to 20 and sometimes 100 businesses. And I mean failed with a huge amount of money going into it. So forget mistakes, welcome mistakes by trying, because that experience is what's going to give you that literacy in financial. That's why I say the road to financial literacy is not financial literacy is not obtained by the roadside, because it takes a lot of work. Now, better financial decisions that will give you peace of mind, health, and wealth in retirement. To get those, you have to make mistakes. You have to make decisions that are faulty. Then you learn from the fault. You make another decision that succeeds halfway. Then you now make a decision that succeeds a lot better. This is what goes on here. So, decision making, better financial decision, which is what financial literacy gives you, comes from effort, comes from mistake, comes from the help of your coaches, comes from actions that you take, whether the one that are profitable or unprofitable, or even the one that brought losses. That's where you are going to get your peace of mind after some work in the process. Okay, here is a summary. This is how I summarize the whole gamut of financial literacy. And this can help you, get immediate hang on how to deal with your financial literacy. First is how to create money. Everything about financial literacy, the first thing you should learn in it is how to create money. We have very bad ideas of how money is made. And that is why some people are armed robbers and thieves and things like, or even corrupt government officials. People are corrupt because they are thinking they will be rich and wealthy with stolen public assets. No, you can't. You cannot. You can steal all the millions and billions like Nigerian or politicians and rulers are stealing it. They are all going to perish with them. Are you not watching? Are you not reading history? Are you not following? Or you just want to enjoy now and for a short period and then suffer the illness? It's like those who immoral people who go to have sex from different several partners, saying they are enjoying themselves, and then at the end of the day they end up with a gonorrhea or one of the venereal diseases, and then it becomes, some of them are terminal, and then it takes their life, leaves them in pain. That's what like stealing money to make money does. But if you gain financial literacy, you know how to create money. So you do not need to steal any money to be comfortable, to be wealthy, to be confident like me, to do just what you want with your life. Right now, I'm retired from formal working and doing just what I like with my life because of what I learned, how to create money. And then the next thing is the summary, this is the summary of the whole gamut of financial literacy, is how to protect your money. The kind of savings, the kind of investments that you can do that will secure your money, how to make sure your money doesn't get wasted. And then this third part is how to grow that money. If you create money, you couldn't protect it, it gets wasted. Even if you protect it, you are not allowing it to grow. Anything that is not growing is dwindling. I had a friend many years ago. Well, this is a fraudulently obtained money. He said he hit a jackpot, not by lotto or lottery. No, but the only thing he told me is he hit a jackpot, and I'm sure he stole that money because he had no capacity to make that money. Now he carried that money and hid it under the carpet in his parlor. Nobody else knew. The only way I'm a regular visitor to his house, and we work in the same place and have so much to do together. I never knew there was any money in the carpet in the parlor that I match every day. But anyway, the only day I knew was the day my friend, you say, "Oh no, man, you need to come and come with me so we go drink." So I came to his home prepared. He helped me to get out so that I will not see what he's going to do next before he gets his money. Then he puts his hand under the carpet to pull out the money so that we can go and drink with it. And he couldn't find anyone. He worked harder. Couldn't. He deep further. He couldn't. When he stayed longer, I now came in and said, "What is going on?" Then I saw him with his hands right under the carpet in the center of the room. And I said, "What are you doing there?" He said, "I cannot understand what is happening here. I left a lot of money under this carpet." Then he turned that carpet over in my presence, and there was no 1 naira, no dime waiting in that place. What happened? He could not protect the money. And I'm sure maybe because he didn't create it, he didn't learn the process for also protecting it, which is one of the things. This money creation, money protection, and growing money is one of the workshops we present. And then one other thing we are doing with this is that we are developing an online course on early retirement planning, and then this will become a major course on its own. How to create money, how to protect money, and then how to grow your money. So he did not protect the money he collected. He didn't know when he finished it. And it was a bizarre look, and I started laughing, and that taught me a lesson. So the let's know these things are so serious because many people don't know them. Okay, so that one is about your need for financial literacy. This also is embedded in financial literacy, but we're going to share with you now the 7 steps for becoming financially independent, which is on the way forward on using financial literacy. So the first one is to start with a plan. Remember, when we are talking about your life after retirement, whether it's going to be fun or hell, we said that the first action is planning. That your plan will include even the education you get and all that you do. So planning that life, planning that financially independent life, planning your life in retirement is critical. So you need to sit down and say, hey, I need to be able to have enough money to take care of my needs and my family needs and help a cause. You know, help some people, the less privileged, help a social group, help an organization, help on young people. You need to plan how to make that money. So you sit down and plan it. Planning how to become financially independent is one of the trainings we provide in our workshops. Then the next thing is that you need to set a goal to stop exchanging time for money. When you work for just your salary, you are just exchanging time for money. So one, you should plan to stop it completely, but you can do what I did. Stop it bit by bit. And one of the things I did was, as soon as I learned that about my retirement and what I need to do, included investments. I invested in property, real estate, and then I invested in businesses. And with my wife, she was running some of them because by the time we started having children, we decided she should resign from her job and stay home and raise those children to the standard we want. Now, so 2 ways you can do what you can do to stop immediately being a salary earner, because that's the worst way to have a life. Because if you now want to have a lot of money as a salary earner, especially if you are working for governments in this world, any government at all, especially if you're working for a government in Nigeria, if you have a lot of money, you have stolen it. Unless you had a plan from beginning and started working that plan and then started little by little to reduce your dependence on exchanging time for money. So when you get 30 days one pay, I went to a land registry in Ota, in Ogun State, a few years back when I went to register some of the properties we bought from an estate there. We bought quite a number of plots there. So I started talking with the woman, and as I started feeling the usual thing civil servants feel, you brought a process, then maybe you need to give us something and so on. When I was not coming forth, because one, I don't give bribe and I don't take bribe and I don't ask for dashes. Yes, I don't. And when I started talking, we started talking to her, and she was tending to that place. I gave her an impression that I do not play that side. And now she now had to please say, sir, this job we are doing, 30 days, one pay. I've not had that type of thing before. 30 days, one pay. It's not helping anybody. And she's right. I took away that information from her and wrote an article on it. That article was about 1,500 and something words article. It's a thesis on, exchanging time for money. 30 days, one pay. No man should live in that. If you finally have a lot of money, chances are you stole it, unless you deliberately planned and then made even your salary job a secondary business. Because people will say, won't you use other people's time? How many hours do you put in that job? 8 hours, 12 hours at worst, traveling are included. What about the rest of the 12 hours in the day? You can get out 4 hours and start doing something that will give you more money than what you're doing there. Anyway, we will explain all of this further in the workshop. Then invest in yourself. We mentioned it's part of financial literacy, getting education. This is not just about university education. If you don't have a university education, it would be a good thing to get one. If you already have one, it would be a good thing to get a master's degree, even a PhD. Those are all good, so long as they are going towards things that will help you not to remain in a paid employment, but to become a professional who will be consulted. And then you can also leave all of that and get education on ICT and other areas. I think there's a place we'll discuss that further today. So invest in yourself. Read to open your brain. This brain is slow for many of us. I think they say that man uses only about 10% of our brain capacity. And then if the wonder we are doing in this world is with only 10% of our brain capacity, think what will happen if you improve this brain when you can use more of it. And when you meet all these people who have become moguls, both in finance and business and industry and science, you discover that these are people who have advanced the use of their brain because they invested in themselves and were able to develop it further. Invest in your health and all of that. Okay, now live beneath your means. I said it earlier, you save money from discipline, not because of how much money you have. The truth is that if you can't live beneath your means when you are earning 20,000 or 50,000 or 100,000, even if you earn $1 million, you can't live beneath your means. It just is a given. And then learn to manage money. Financial literacy again there. Then save and invest. We talked about it earlier. And then avoid going into debt unless that debt makes you money. I cannot forget one day going to a bank to buy shares, and we were contemplating borrowing money to buy shares. During those days, stock. The stock market was booming in Nigeria before the crash. We are buying shares and paying in the bank there. We were contemplating on taking some loan to buy shares. Then a bank staff, I think he must, because of our discussion, interjected. He said, hey, if I ever borrow money from a bank, I'm going to borrow it to use in buying real estate. Real estate doesn't crash. Stock market crash. That made us wise. I mean, it made us wise. This happened, we were in Aba when we had this. We moved from Aba to Lagos, and while in Lagos, we maximized that knowledge of making money work for us. And this is what I'm passing to you, just what I've done. I'm not passing to you any theory read from a book. I read a lot of things from a book, but then I practice them, and I can share them on good authority because I use them myself to get to where I am and improve myself. Okay. What's the way forward to get knowledge? Get knowledge. President Gordon B. Hinckley, he is a former president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He's late now. He was the president of the church and prophet. He taught the world this. He said, a truly educated man never ceases to learn. He never ceases to grow. I hope women, as you take upon yourself the burden of rearing families, will never set aside the desire to acquire knowledge. This is what Gordon B. Hinckley said, and you can find that information at LDS Gems and Inspiration Quotes. Now, this is the way forward for all of us: getting knowledge, getting financial literacy, learning more, coming to workshops and seminars like this webinar I said, and it's all free. All you need to put on your data and then you watch it instead of using the data to watch Nollywood or some other fun things that make no sense to you. You spend that time and data to watch this webinar and take action, to learn, get knowledge. That is the key way forward to getting to where you want. Now, we're still dealing with what's the way forward, getting knowledge. You have to develop your skills. There are physical skills of your hand. There are mental skills. You can get a university degree. You can have an advanced one if you already have one. You can learn the ICT. You can get professional knowledge, education in the area of your passion. For example, for me, I started out my career as a young man as a salesperson and then later as a security personnel, working for government and then in the industrial security sector. What I did to improve and prepare myself for retirement is to receive security certifications. I'm a certified security trainer and I am a fellow of the Nigerian Institute for Industrial Security. This kind of connection and preparing for my mandatory development education programs every year gives me on top of the profession. This makes me to be someone who is consulted. And one of the things I do is to present security seminars and workshops, security awareness education. And I have a program that I give out for free on TV every Saturday. It's happening. We put it on hold because of the African Youth Conference that is holding out throughout this month of December. From January, every Saturday from January to December of next year, except when we are holding the African Youth Conference, I give out free training, security awareness education on personal and family security and safety program. And you can find that on our YouTube channel, the African Townhall. So if you want to gain, because in it, I bring security experts like me. I give talks in it, and then I bring security experts like me, and they talk. And it's all for free. This is also what I decided before retirement that I want to train. So I qualified myself as a trainer. And from time to time, I'm invited. Hey, come and help us to manage this workshop, manage this seminar, and give this security awareness education here. And I go and give it. They send me flight tickets, put me in a hotel that where I have a lot of fun, and then I present and I get paid. So these are preparations you make now that you are working that can help you have the life you need in retirement. That one, I don't need to, I only phone calls. I just get a phone call on often and on. Hey, come and present this. Very soon, this one is going to be for free. It's not for money. On the 21st of this month, December, I'm going to be speaking on African Thinkers webinar on Zoom to young people in Africa. I was invited to train. It's people who have seen my profile who are doing that. So you develop your profile. That's the things you need to do. Now, these things might look big, but don't let them confuse you. Let's say you're earning very small, the opportunity, a lot of issues in the house you have to take care of. Don't worry. Just start small. Some of us may not have the resources for some huge investment in additional education. Here is where the saying is true. Never despise small beginnings. So start small. Come to these webinars. What does it cost you to be here? A data of 200 naira from Airtel or 9 Mobile can be all that you need to be there. 200 naira. So start small. Come to these kind of workshops, webinars, seminars, and learn. Go to our YouTube. There's a lot of training materials on African Townhall on YouTube that you can get all for free. So start small, but know that the way forward is that you must keep learning. A truly educated man never ceases learning. So even if you have a PhD, you still need to learn. You still need to learn, because if you stop, the one you learn will waste, because the world changes so fast that whatever you learned last year become irrelevant this year. So a truly educated man, as President Gordon B. Hinckley said, never ceases to learn. Okay, the way forward. We are afraid of experience. I think we'll discuss that this a little bit before. Experience costs money. The time to spend that money using gaining experience so that you will not fall sick when you get to do it, when you leave paid employment, is now. While you're in paid employment, you spend some money to invest, you spend some money to attend webinars and seminars and workshops. That money you are spending, you have a fallback position to your salary. And then those money you are investing, because your salary is there, the pain will be just for a few weeks, and then your salary will come and you'll be okay. But if you don't do those things and then you retire, and suddenly you see that you need to do a business, and then you don't know about that business, if you now want to learn, you are going to carry your gratuity and pension to invest in the business to learn. When you lose this money, you're going to fall sick. And if you are lucky, you die. If you are not lucky, you hang in there, paralyzed. Ruin your family and remove their peace, and bring that nightmare we are worried about. But if you can spend a little money now to engage coaches, buy books, study, go to workshops and seminars, and be in this webinar, then you have a chance to be able to keep doing it when you can afford it, so that by the time you have your pension and gratuity, you're already playing in an area where you are not in a haste to waste them. Many are afraid to venture lest they will fail. Fear of failure could be crippling. And I tell you, but whose money do you want to use to learn financial literacy? Don't try to use mine, please. Really, seriously. Even though it sounds like a joke, don't ever try to use my money to learn financial literacy. You need to use yours to invest in buying books, to invest in workshops and seminars, and in webinars like this one. So that's what you must do. Way forward. They say, don't fear the man who could kill the physical body. Fear the one that will kill both the body and the soul. Same here. Don't fear about losing money that you put in trying to go to a workshop or a webinar, or to invest in a business now that didn't work out. Fear about using your gratuity and pension to invest in a business you don't know anything about, and then that you lose the whole of that money. That should be what you should fear, not investing now. Now is the time to learn everything about investment, and we can help you. We can help you. Now, if you get a copy of my book, Retire Early to Wealth and Fame, if you place an order after this seminar for this book and get it, you will be entitled, just for the cost of buying this book, you'll be entitled to 6 months free coaching from me. Remember, I told you earlier that I will share with you how you can get free coaching from me. And then this coaching is the same coaching that I received. Those I paid huge amount of money, both in dollars and naira, to get. And those books, I mean, I will, just because you bought this book, then you are entitled to 6 months free coaching from me. And that your coaching will start the day you finish reading the book. The book is not voluminous, it's just 94 pages, but it's packed with action element, things you need to do. It's practical. It's things that I did. So there is no theory. None of them is theory, it's practical. So that's why the book is small. Now, you can finish it in a week. Then you now have questions. As you are reading it, you ask questions. I was in Bauchi last week, and then I met a man. He said, and I gave them this book, and they said, hey, now when I read a book, I want to ask questions. Are you free for me to call you and ask questions? I say, anytime. Anytime. That's what I love. Asking questions is what I have. So I love to do. So you finish reading the book. The day you ask me your first question, we'll start asking, counting your 6 months. And anything you want that I can help you with in responding to your questions, guiding you, showing you additional resources, will all be given to you for free without additional charge. So that's what we do for you if you buy the book. The book costs 2,500 for the hard copy, and then 500 naira for the soft copy. If you need the soft copy, all you need is to send me your email address and then pay in 500 naira into my bank account, and I'll send you the soft copy. And if you are buying the hard copy, then we will, when you pay that money, we'll talk about how you get it. We'll find the easiest courier that will get it to where you are, that may not be very expensive for you to bear. So this is provided for you. The book Retire Early to Wealth and Fame, where I downloaded the practical experiences that I applied myself, and which you can now access for only 2,500, or even may have 500 naira for the electronic copy. And just to write and print this book is way beyond that. But we can let you have this because we have a calling pertaining to this retirement business. So thank you very much. We will now go over that to the Q&A session. In this session, we'll try to find out if you have asked any questions in the chat bar. If you have asked any questions, then we will be able to take on those questions and use those questions to advance this course. Now, we got a few comments here. Okay, Kayode is saying it's great to be here. And he also said that I think the financial resources are money in its various forms, like cash, shares, bonds, and income generating assets. Okay, fine, thank you. We could expand this income generating assets in a way and make clear about them. For the purpose of this seminar, we can share with you a little bit, and we can say that, hey, some of the income generating assets that you can establish, you can write a book. You have experience. Books are stories of your life. There's none of us who don't have a story in our lives, because we all have stories in our lives. So this book is every one of us has a book inside us. So you can write a book. Think about writing a book. And if you have problems with writing book, one of the trainings I provide is how to be an author, how to write your book in 12 weeks. Every week a chapter. Then in 12 weeks you have a 12 chapter book in your hand. I have a training program for that, which I can give you to help to expand your income generating opportunity. And I can share this with you. Just before we came on this seminar, a place that they invited me to give them a free seminar like this. In fact, this presentation was given to that organization, and then they asked me to leave my books with them so that their staff can buy. Just before I came here, they sent me 20,000 naira of all the books they have sold. Now, of this book, Retire Early to Wealth and Fame. Now, how can this be? Did I have to work for it again? No. I have already worked for the book. I left it in their hands and they simply paid for it. So, the part of your other resources include income generating assets, include books. You can write a book. You can learn a new skill and provide more service to people. There's this new system of courier services right now, or importing and export, drop shipping. All kinds of ideas are available, but you need to come to some workshops and to some training meetings to be able to access this. So thank you very much for attending this seminar, and I will say a number of people there appearing. We are glad you're able to do. The whole of this presentation will be left on YouTube, where it is live, and on Facebook, and you can go there and access them, download them, share them, watch them. We want you to set a watch party on them, and we want you to make your comments, love them, and share it to expand this desire and this business. Our intention is to reach people. Our intention is to help many people access this knowledge and use it to help their own lives. Because if things are okay with them, it will be okay with me. If everybody is in trouble, then I cannot stay safe where I am. But if everybody is secure and okay, then I can stay safe. So thank you very much for coming to the seminar, all those who did, and we are grateful for the love and the likes that we received. Come back again and watch this, download it, take it, it's all yours, and then take advantage of all those opportunities we have provided. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend.